Today we go back and take a look at those Kickstarters. They're coming out, and we're going to do that next.
This episode brought to you by Zag.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad a-play. We are taking a look. We've done this twice now, and so we're going to do it a third time. We're going to take a look at some Kickstarters. We're going to take a look at some Kickstarters that have been funded, but still have a couple days left to go. And then we're going to take a look at one Kickstarter that's technically not for the iPad, but you could actually make stuff for the iPad with this Kickstarter, so that's why we're incorporating it on this episode. First of all, the Twitter handle is iPad365, the email being iPad365show@gmail.com. Basically, what we're going to do is what we've done in the past is we've scoured the Kickstarters to see what's new, what's hot, what's happening, and get that out to you. And of course, this episode is absolutely no different because I scoured the Kickstarters of all the iPad stuff. All right, we're starting at a thing called the Complete Dock. Now, this is going to be for any type of tablet, any type of phone. And the idea is simple. They're going to have interchangeable connectors. So the dock will be there, and then when your phone changes and, you know, the iPad goes from a 30-pin connector to a 9-pin connector, and your iPhone goes from a 9-pin connector to a 2-pin connector, or they decide that they want to do a 15-prong connector or something like that, they can change with it. So my understanding is what you do is you purchase the dock and you get one connector of your choice. And when it's time you need another connector, or you have another smartphone or something like that you need to connect up, you buy another connector for it. Now, it's very smart because this thing will actually adjust to the different types of tablets and smartphones. Like, for instance, in this picture right here, you'll see the bracket on the black iPad stand where it's outwards, whereas on the white iPad stand, it's inwards. You can actually move that around. Using a lot of magnetics, you can pretty much put any smartphone or tablet into this dock, and you won't have to purchase another device. So the bottom line is it's a block that you put it on, you put in the cable, and you have the special connector, which is under patent pending, that will hold the connector so you can just plug it in and go and charge up your device. So pretty cool stuff. If you want to check this out, we'll have everything in the show notes. First of all, this is called the Complete Dock, and it's on Kickstarter now. All right, our next app for iPad is an app that they want to build called GeoGebra. And basically it's a full mathematics application for the iPad. Now, in the video, you'll hear the creator, I believe his name is Marcus, he's talking about how he wants to create this app. He hasn't shown any promise into actually doing any physical application to the application, because what you see in the video is he's sitting there looking like he's working on a mathematics formula, but it was a piece of paper on top of his iPad. So I'm not exactly sure how far he's gone along with the programming of this application. I call this a slightly risky venture to go into. So if you want to check it out, it's a great idea, and he does make a valid point. Mathematics will work great. Creating mathematics should work great on an iPad, and he wants to make the app that'll do that. He's looking for $10,000, and he's got $9,400. Once again, I say it's a little bit risky. Check it out. Use a little bit of caution. There's 15 days left to go. This next one I was really impressed with, simply because of the fact I don't like to watch any video. I don't like to watch the TV when I go to bed. I want it to be quiet. I want it to be dark so I can sleep. However, my girlfriend, she likes to actually fall asleep to movies and TV shows. So we basically put on her side of the bed, we put up a TV stand where she can actually put the iPad up and puts in a set of headphones. That's where I really like this. This is called Manatee for iPad. And basically it's a more adjustable iPad stand, so you can actually put it next to the bed, so you can direct it towards the one person, so they don't have to hold it up while they're reading or viewing something, watching a movie or whatever. So this looks pretty cool. And of course it's closer to the bed, so she can see a little bit better, and it's not really bothering me. She could probably turn down the contrast a little bit so it keeps the room as dark as possible. And then she can put a set of headphones in and not have the iPad fall off of a table or anything like that, which I really like. It's got a $17,900 goal. They're 24 days to go, and they're not at the 17. They're about 1/3 the way there. So check that out. It's called Manatee for iPad. All right, this next one's called Airbridge, and if you've used the AirPlay feature in, like I'm doing right now with this iPad, I'm using the AirPlay feature from the iPad to the Apple TV to the monitor so you can see this. Airbridge works a little bit differently because it does a full transfer from one iOS device to another device. And you can even go to an HD TV if you have the right plugs put in. Now, as you can see, there's a big device that you plug into your iPhone, your iPad, or any other device. And then, of course, you'll need an adjoining device to plug in so you can create the connection. From what I understand, it works off of Bluetooth. And this part right here, down here below, they show the dock where it actually has different connectors from an HDMI connector to a VGA connector. So you hook that part up to a TV or a monitor or something like that. And then you can present without having any wires between your device and the monitor itself. Like I said, it's a lot like AirPlay, but it does a little bit more. It can actually transfer files. So I could actually hook this up to my iPad and then turn around and hook another one up to my iPhone. And let's say I want to transfer all my pictures from my iPhone to my iPad. I can just do that, click, 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 and it transfers right over. They're looking for $500,000. They are 16 days to go with only $64,000. They need a lot more people to back on this program, so check it out. And once again, the name of the program is called Airbridge. Finally, in the first half of this section, we're showing one more thing, and this one is called GoPad, and this is kind of one of those interesting ones that you kind of see the use in, but it's a little eccentric, but I can see a lot of people really like this. They're looking for $75,000. They've got 41 days to go, and they're at $1,100 right now. GoPad is a case that lets you not only carry it around, but also work while you're standing and work while you're sitting. As you can see in that picture, you could actually set it up as a stand. It works as a stand. You can flip it around as this woman is doing. Everything's adjustable. It goes right into the case. And then, of course, you could have it in front of you. So, like for instance, this gentleman right here, he's got the device sitting, pretty much resting on his belly. So this is perfect if you're like somebody doing a survey, maybe a ticket taker or something like that. You can just go and type in a couple things and then go hands-free and talk to people as you're going. Pretty cool. A lot of great thought coming into this little device right here. It can work like a set of handlebars for your iPad so you can hold it a little bit better. Or if you need a full hands-free experience, you put the lanyard on and you just let gravity take care of itself. Once again, it's called the GoPad. They're looking for $75,000. They got a long way to go. So if you're interested, check that out. Of course, you want to protect your devices like your iPads and your iPhones and any smartphone or tablet that you have. That's why we have Zag, Z-A-G-G. They make a lot of great cases. They make a lot of innovative cases. Like, for instance, this right here. I have the Zag Folio, which is a Bluetooth keyboard and case as well. I also have the invisible shield on my iPad so I don't scratch the surface at all. They've got a lot of great devices, and they've just announced their Extreme, which has brake protection on it. And you can check that all out over at Zag. Go over to geekazine.com/Zag to find out more. You want to get 20% off? All you have to do is use that code GeekAzine on certain items. Like, for instance, this right here. This is the Zag Spark. This is the charger. This will actually charge your iPad or smartphone or tablet if you're not close to a plug outlet. All you have to do is charge this up, and then when you're ready, you plug it into the USB port, and it'll recharge an iPad, a tablet, a smartphone. It's normally $99.99, but if you use that code GeekAzine, you're going to get 20% off, and it'll be $79.99. So check it out. Go over to geekazine.com/Zag to get there, and of course, GeekAzine at checkout. Check this out. This is actually a 3D printer that's competing with other 3D printers like MakerBot. It's called FormOne, and it's using a more high-tech concept to make a better 3D model. What they're saying is a lot of 3D models you might have created through a MakerBot could actually look a little bit messy. They don't look perfect. This idea, using high resolution 3D printing, allows you to create items that you can use right off the pallet. You can put it right in. If you need a valve, you create a valve and you hook it up and you can use it. You don't have all these little bumps and imperfections that an older 3D printer would have. We're going to take a look at this picture really quick. Now, of course, this is one extreme to the other. This is a lower end a 3D printer. We won't say MakerBot because it's I don't know which 3D printer. You can actually make your own 3D printer from scratch. It's an open source project, so this could be any type of 3D printer. But if you look on one side, the white valve right there looks a little bit messy. You'll see the bird cage. It actually kind of looks like there's dust and dirt on the bird cage. But on the other side, you'll see a cleaner, more concise, more precise designs using the FormOne. This is pretty cool. Now, the FormOne has already been funded. It has $1.5 million of funding. There's 21 days to go. You can still become a backer of this. It's a great idea, and why not be a part of the ground floor of one of these? And of course, as you see the models, you can actually purchase the FormOne as a backer. So check it out. Once again, we'll have the link in the show notes. You can check it out there, and the name of this is called FormOne. All right, last one here, and I put this on last because it's only got 5 days to go. It's funded. It's got $100,000. They were looking for $40,000. I've seen a couple of these before. I don't know if they have ever passed through the Kickstarter, but this one is called Orus, A-U-R-I-S. And what it is a little dongle that you hook up. In fact, I think I talked about one on the Kickstarter before. But basically what it is a little dongle that you plug into whatever sound dock you have right now, and it turns it into Bluetooth. So if you have an iPhone, a new iPhone 5, your old dock will not be lost. The only thing that you'd lose out of this option is the charging. So you just have to charge it through another cable. But if you want to use the speakers for your iPhone 5, all you have to do is plug in this Bluetooth, pair the Bluetooth with your iPhone 5, and go from there. Like I said, there's 5 days left to go, so some of you will have seen this episode after the fact, but it's still a cool Kickstarter to check out. So it's called Orus. You can check it out, and once again, the link will be in the show notes. And that's this episode of iPad 365. What'd you think? Did you like those Kickstarters? Have you seen Kickstarters that you're just completely impressed on that I should take a look at? Let me know. Twitter me at iPad365. Of course, the email is iPad365show@gmail.com. Everything's found over at iPad-365.com. You can go over there and check it out. All right, thanks a lot for watching, and thanks a lot for listening if you are listening on Stitcher or iTunes. We will be back on Monday where we're going to show you podcasters a cool little device for your iPad, and we're going to talk about the iPad mini as well. And we'll do that on Monday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. Jeffrey Powers here. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys geek out.
You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.